In recent basho, we've seen a lot of the top rikishi dropping out because of injury. As we go into this one, Yokozuna, Takanohana is back in. And there's the other Mongolian. In fact, not the other, there are two other Mongolians. There's Kyokushuzan, Asashoryu and Kyokutenho in this top division. This is the man who won the tournament last time out. He's fighting Tosanumi. They fought 11 times in the past. Asashoryu's watched won 6 of those. Well, the Yokozuna Deliberation Committee are watching this one, because this is the man who might well be promoted to Yokozuna. And that was a comfortable win there for him. Very skillfully done, in good style. Let's watch that one again. Comes out, starts driving forward. Turns Tosanumi slightly to the side. Throat thrust there. Push to the throat. And then a very low drop down and a push out from Asashoryu sends Tosanumi over the edge with Oshidashi. Well, there's some money, some envelopes. Most Asashoryu. Before he got into sumo in Japan, he spent 1 year at high school here studying Japanese culture and the language. Then he went into high school sumo here, where he placed 3rd in the nationals. And then eventually into pro sumo itself, where he says his first half a year in sumo was very tough, but after that he started to win. Now here fighting Dejima, but he locks onto the belt, and look at the power of the man. He just takes the much bigger wrestler, almost 25 kilos heavier than himself, straight over the edge. And look at the look there from Asashoryu as he dumps Dejima over the edge. Some of the Japanese elders criticize him a bit for that. They say his manners should be a little bit better when he wins or loses. And takes the prize money. Well, he's got a lot of fun. Well, it didn't, I mean, Takanohana looked all right when he came back from that rematch. He took a very big throw. He didn't look injured, but who's to say? In the heat of the bout, maybe he didn't notice the injury, but we'll soon know. Sometimes these wrestlers come back, they drop out for a couple of days, then come back in again. Now we have Asashoryu against Miyabiyama. Miyabiyama, rough and tough. Had 8 wins, previous basho. 2 bashos before that, he got Makikoshi, that's more losses than wins. Asashoryu, who won the last tournament with 14 wins to 1 loss. A lot of attitude in this Mongolian. When he first came into the Makuuchi division, he was an extremely rough fighter, lots of slaps and pushes and bangs to the opponent's face. Now seems to be a lot more skillful, goes for the belt. Miyabiyama comes out, goes for the throat. Asashoryu sidesteps him a bit, locks on tight, gets round behind, grabs his leg at the same time. Typical Mongolian sumo there, they're very good at those leg grabs. And it looked like that injured Miyabiyama somewhat. Well, you can see his both ankles taped up there. Probably hurt himself yesterday when he fought Takanohana. Well, that's a 3rd straight win for Asashoryu and 2nd loss for Miyabiyama. Let's watch that one again. Even sort of start. Miyabiyama goes for the throat, thrusts in, almost gets turned there as Asashoryu closes in behind him. Asashoryu locks in tight, gets a very deep grip with his right arm, gets round behind, and as he gets round behind, he drops his leg. It's Mongolian Asashoryu who's got 4 straight wins. Takanohana with 2 wins. Well, Takanohana said in the past that he burns when he fights the foreigners. When he said that, he meant the Hawaiian, the Pacific Islanders. But this man, Asashoryu, is a gaijin rikishi, that's to say a foreign rikishi. So let's see whether the tall Takanohana can handle the much smaller Mongolian Ozeki. Well, a very careful start there. In fact, it was Takanohana who delayed the second hand going down. He had one hand down, but he was too slow on the second one. The wrestlers have to touch down at the same time. See how carefully there Takanohana puts his hands down. Asashoryu goes in deep. Takanohana tries the arm lock throw, the kote nagi. but he gets spun over easily at the side by Asashoryu. This man is really showing some Yokozuna power and technique. Let's watch that one again. Well, after the initial Tsuppari attacks to the upper body, there's the grip that goes in deep. Then there's that lock round by Takanonami, trying the kotenagi. That's one of his techniques. But when they get to the edge, it's the power of Asashoryu that spins the much bigger man over. 4 straight wins for Asashoryu. Well, every bout this man seems to get stronger and stronger, and yet he's only 137 kilos. He's some 20 kilos lighter than the average wrestler in this top division. Now this next one's going to be interesting. Double Mongolian bill. It's Asashoryu with 5 straight wins. He's against Kyokuten Ho. Kyokuten Ho, somewhat gentle wrestler. He wins. He's a very skillful wrestler. He's done very well in the Makuuchi division. Has he got the fighting spirit to match Asashoryu's fighting spirit? And there it is. Look at the power of that man. He's small, and yet he's just like the great Chiyonofuji of some years ago, 8-9 years ago was it now, who somehow just had this massive amount of power that just spun the much bigger wrestlers over. Well, Asashoryu locked on the belt. He had a hand on the same sort of thing. And Takanahana there assisting the oncoming wrestler, which is Asashoryu. Now this is Aminishiki, quite a lightweight wrestler. He's only had 1 win so far. Asashoryu should dispose of him fairly easily. I say that though, but Asashoryu has lost to lighter weight wrestlers, skillful wrestlers such as Kaiho. So a quick start. Asashoryu gets the overarm grip, and there's the power, just spins him over without too much trouble. The overarm throw there from Asashoryu, that keeps him in the lead with 6 straight wins. Let's watch that one again. Comes out, hands to the shoulder. Doesn't even go for the face and the upper body with the Tsuppari attacks now. There he gets the belt. Locks in tight. There's that huge surge of power. And down goes Aminishiki. And a little bit of prize money for the Ozeki. Now Mongolian Asashoryu's got 6 wins so far. Here against Takanowaka. Takanowaka, one of the rising hopes, attracting a lot of attention from the Japanese over here. Chiyonofuji, who now heads the Kokonoe stable, said that Asashoryu does the same style of sumo as himself. There are some similarities, in fact, especially with the power of the throws. And look at that, he just disposes of Takanowaka without too much trouble. Intercepted him, held his wrist, and then just spun him down with Maki Otoshi. Let's watch that one again. He observes very closely as Takanowaka comes out. He's controlling the wrist there, and he's got his arm around the body, and he spins him down with a little bit of control from the arm. Extremely skillfully done. There's been quite a... Grand champions are not meant to lose at the rate he's losing this basho. So probably he's made some kind of calculation that a loss today is probably the final straw. Now, Asashoryu has won 7 straight wins so far. He's previously had 3 8 straight wins, so if he gets a win here, that would be his 4th 8 straight wins, which is a minor record. He's now fighting Tokitsumi. They fought 4 times previously. Asashoryu's won 3 of them. Well, when Asashoryu locks on the belt, he seems to have enormous power. Well, this time he's just going for the slaps and the pull downs. Quite a change. More slaps and pull downs. Looking for the belt, but he's been denied it. Tries an arm there, there's an overarm, and he just smashes Tokitsumi down with that kotenagi type kime hold. A lot of stress on the arm there. You can see him locking round. There it goes, locks in on the arm, and just dumps Tokitsumi down. Well, he had to work a bit there for that one. But that's his 8th straight win in this basho. Day 9, we have Asashoryu in the lead with 8 straight wins. Behind him, Dejima, 7 wins and 1 loss. And behind those two, there are 4 with 6 wins and 2 losses. Wakano Sato, Kotoryu, Takami Sakari, and Takano Tsuru. Now with the Yokozuna out, it's Asashoryu against Kaiho. Well, Kaiho's skillful little wrestler, as I've said many a time. Asashoryu, rough, tough, extremely powerful, not scared of anybody. But Kaiho, very good at sidestepping. A wrestler when he comes out from the initial charge. So let's see, Asashoryu with 8 straight wins, Kaiho with only 4 wins. Not a tremendous amount of weight difference between the two. Asashoryu at 137 kilos, Kaiho at 122. Kaiho comes out, they meet in the middle. Kaiho tries that inside leg trip, and it works. So Asashoryu goes down to his first defeat. Looks a bit surprised there, it was touch and go, but it looked to me like Kaiho had it. So down goes Asashoryu. Let's watch that one again. There's the leg trip. And down he goes. Well, that was neatly done. 5th win for Kaiho. And it does show you that the Mongolian can be beaten. Well, he's not very gracious in defeat or victory, this man, not very Japanese. 1 or 2 critics of his manner in and out the ring. So there we are at the end of day 9. We have Asashoryu tying for the lead with Dejima. Each has got 8 wins and 1 loss. And behind him, or them I should say, Takami Sakari, Takano Tsuru and Wakano Sato with 7 wins and 2 losses. Win according to the scoreboards. Yorikiri win there for Takano Nami. Now Asashoryu, he's 8 wins and 1 loss. Hurt himself yesterday when he fought Kaiho. Well, there's some money on this one. Each of those banners represents an envelope in which 60,000 yen is placed. Before deductions, it has to be said. So Kotonowaka, 175 kilos, fights Asashoryu, some 30 kilos lighter at 137 kilos. These two have fought 7 times before. Asashoryu's won 5 of them. Well, let's see whether the injured, the dislocated toe and the torn calf muscle will affect him. I suspect not. Well, a slowish start there by Asashoryu. He's been driven back. It seems to have affected him a bit. He's getting round behind, and from that grip round behind, he just spins a much bigger man over. Incredible power this smaller wrestler got there. He grabs the leg. He's got that very deep grip round the back, and from there, he taps away the nearest leg of Kotonowaka, and that's enough to spin the big man over. Wrestler of this group comes in. It's the Ozeki Asashoryu. It's announced which stable he comes from and where he was born. One of a growing number of Mongolian wrestlers in the sumo in Japan. In fact, I read the other day there are something like 1,500 sumo practitioners in Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia. Asashoryu, when he lost to Kaiho, that's his only loss. In fact, they trained with each other quite a bit when Kaiho went to his stable for training. Beat Asashoryu twice in training. Okay, now Asashoryu against Iwakiyama. Asashoryu with calf and shoulder injuries. Will he keep his lead up with Dejima? Or will he slip behind? Didn't look too secure in his previous bout against Kotonowaka. Obviously protecting his leg. Used to have never fought. Iwakiyama 170 kilos, Asashoryu some 35 kilos lighter. I want to see what this Mongolian fighting spirit's like. Comes out, doesn't yield, goes straight for it, grabs the leg. That's a mark of his. Very good at tapping those legs. And then drops down as he forces the much bigger man over the edge. It's quite a feature of Mongolian sumo, which of course they do. It's one of their traditional wrestling styles. Not the same rules, it has to be said. It's tapping the legs. Seen it quite a bit from Mongolian amateurs and Mongolian pro wrestlers. So that's 10 wins and 1 loss for Asashoryu, and that keeps him up with Dejima. And let's watch this bout again. Comes out fairly fast, sticks immediately. Arm goes on the inside. Then he goes for the leg. There we see the leg. Almost takes the Wakayama backwards. Then he takes that very deep grip again. We've seen him make that move before, the very deep grip, and then going for the leg. You can see the amount of press interest. Now we have Asashoryu. But if he loses this one, he'll level up with Dejima. He lost his bout on this 12th day. Here fighting Shimotori. They fought twice before. Asashoryu's won both times. So if Asashoryu takes this one, he will be solely in the lead, although only 1 win ahead of Dejima. Still fairly close. So nice, good fast start there, but it's the lower grip of Asashoryu that starts to drive Shimotori back, and there's some fast and furious thrusts. Sends the Shimotori flying over the edge. Asashoryu demonstrating again, seems to have got over that awkwardness of his injury that he had against Kaiho. You can see him driving hard, push to the throat, push to the body, and Shimotori goes flying. A little bit of prize money there. That shows you the bouts that are coming up. The last bout there that's written up is Asashoryu against Waka no Sato. Asashoryu, named in part after a local temple near where he comes from. These two have fought 10 times, each has won 5 times. So Waka no Sato, pretty tough, powerful fighter. Asashoryu with more speed, more instant reactions to situations, and certainly a lot of explosive strength. And he's got that added advantage of the unusual Mongolian type techniques. Good at adapting to what the other person does. See how this one breaks. So a nice hard start. Asashoryu locks on tight, goes for the overarm grip. Almost gets it there. But Waka no Sato goes for around the neck, slips off as Asashoryu ducks his head down, and he gets pushed down from behind. So let's watch that one again. So there's the grip, loses it, tries the overarm technique there, the Owate, then tries the Kote Nage, that's the forearm throw, then locks in, and that's when Waka no Sato loses his grip round the neck. And there you see the look on Asashoryu's face as he shoves Waka no Sato down and picks up a little bit of prize money. Has been criticised by the sumo authorities here. Is meant to not show either delight or disgust at winning or losing. It's meant to be an even face. Well, here we are. It's Asashoryu. 12 wins and 1 loss. He's going to be fighting Koromitsuki. So a win here clinches second tournament in a row. They fought 10 times in the past, and Koromitsuki's won 6 of those 10. So the statistics are against Asashoryu. There's some 25, 27 kilos weight difference between the two of them. Quite a lot of weight. Koromitsuki, technical fighter, thinks out in advance what he's going to do. Doesn't look too happy there, though, must be said. Got 8 wins so far. That's level with his result last time. Well, what's Koromitsuki going to be like under pressure? Certainly Asashoryu is good under pressure. Well, you can see the spirit there. Crowd love all this. Well, this man could be a worthy successor to Takanohana. He's got that unusual power. in the throws especially. Very quick reactions, ability to use almost any situation. And there's the start. Kotomitsuki crosses the line slightly fast. Starts to hustle in, but Asashoryu got his hands on the belt. One grip's broken. Asashoryu takes the underarm rip, goes for the leg grab again, drives Kotomitsuki to the edge, and the thrust sends him over. And that's it. The Mongolian, Asashoryu, takes his second tournament in a row. That's the winning bout for him, ahead of the last day. Neatly fought bout there. It's that right arm of Asashoryu's on the belt. Keeps the pressure on, but there it's broken. As they call it, the Moshio Kiru, to cut the belt, cut the hold on the belt. But it's the arm on the other side. Now there's that leg grab we saw before, which he follows up with a push and a couple of thrusts to the chest. Sends Kotomitsuki over the side. Well, what an amazing result with this young guy. He came into pro sumo in 1999, and in this short space of time he's gone all the way through to get 2 tournament wins in a row. It's extremely difficult to do that. Look through his statistics, you won't find many who did. Wakano Sato with 11 wins and 3 losses. Well, there's his supporters cheering him on, but still, stay with us. More sumo to come. On the last day, better than his previous basho of 8 wins. And now on to the last bout of the day. It's the Tate Gyoji, the chief Gyoji, that referees this one. Asashoryu against Musoyama. 9 fights they've had previously against each other. Asashoryu's won 6 of them. Asashoryu wants this one. He wants a 14-1 win, because a Zensho Yusho is where they take 15-0, which Takanohana did, certainly, in the distant past. Can this young Mongolian get this win here? That's a nice vigorous start. Musoyama looks like he's got him on the run, but then he slides. There's that, there's Asashoryu, takes the Emperor's Cup, the Shihai from the Kitanoumi Rujicho. There's his supporters calling the banzai. Asashoryu sits there beside his wife Tamil, also from Mongolia, and is known her since high school days. And here's the victory parade. That's Juryo winner Asa Sekiryu, also from Mongolia, there beside him.